Yeah, I'm up at Brooklyn, now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to De Niro, but I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra, and since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem, all of my Dominican.
I trip about it every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. with Bob Sanadella today. Yeah, the art bastard.
Oh, yeah. Chirp About It is. Good afternoon, New York City. What an intro. Good evening to the world. We're we're broadcasting live on AM 970 The Answer on this great, beautiful Saturday afternoon in the great city of the world, NYC, New York City. And of course, let me tell you, Ian, I love the intro, my friend. Love the intro. Pat. Chirp About It. Oh, and Chirp About It we are going to do. No question about it. Yeah, baby. Ian is right. We do have a special, special man in the house. His name is, his birth name, he goes by the name of Bob Sanadella, a.k.a. the Art Bastard. What a name. You know, I get questioned. I tell a few people that I'm going to have the Art Bastard on the show. The Art Bastard. But we're going to find out about the Art Bastard in just a little bit, so sit tight, folks. He's, in fact, an art rebel, all right? He's a rebel in the art world in NYC, so sit tight. We're going to hear a lot from Bob. I'll just, with that, I'll just cover some local topics, as we normally do, and then we'll get to our special guests, and then we'll do what we do best, Ian, which is give NYC the voice that they deserve, which is Chirp About It.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Also, if you'd like to call in today on today's show, today's program, for any questions or comments, please call 866-970-9622. 866-970-9622. Yeah, call into Chirp About It. We'd love to hear from you. Also, this show is brought to you by a Bear Hair Removal Experts. All right, for all of your hair removal needs, show up at 503 West 51st Street, right off of 10th Avenue. All right, Bear Hair Removal Experts. Let me tell you, these guys, they are fantastic. In fact, they're nominated as top provider of hair removal services. Okay, so just mention the show Chirp About It Live. Just tell Marcella, in fact, the owner, that I chirped about it on my show, and you'll get a between 10 to 25% discount. All right,
it's amazing.
So yeah, it is amazing. Great service. Not only does she do hair removal, she also does skin tightening, facial treatment, waxing, eyelashes, plus much, much more. And in fact, they have the best technology in the business. So. Reach out to Bear, I should say. Bear Hair, huh? Bear Hair Removal. What a tongue twister. Also, call them for set up an appointment at 646-462-3235. All right? 646-462-3235. All right? Bear Hair Removal. Please check them out. It's Mother's Day, folks. Mother's Day is coming up, so please call her and set up those appointments. Next week, Sunday. And in fact, we're going to have Marcella on the show next Saturday. She'll be talking about her services and her companies and the great, wonderful work she's been doing for not only women, for men as well. So, all right? So check them out. Also, her website is, let's find the website here, is... All right, I don't have the website in front of me here. All right. Well, we're going to get back to that. We'll circle around again. But again, Bear Hair Removal Experts. Please check them out. I like
the name.
All right, yep. 503 West 51st Street. All right, we also have to give Will NYC Flowers a shout out. All right, one of our other top sponsors. All right, Will NYC Flowers. Please check them out at the new Mercados Little Spain, located right off of on 30th Street and 10th Avenue. All right, so there's a lot happening with the show. We're blowing up. Let me tell you, we're gonna blow up
all the way.
All right,
up.
Bob. All right, yeah. So that's that. All right, let's go into our local topics. Actually, it's Kentucky Derby. Is it today?
Tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Yep.
Tomorrow. So I actually, for the first time, I don't bet. I'm not a gambler. I gamble on businesses, but not my money on the other stuff. But yet last night I took a shot. I put some money on a horse, the Gray Magician. So hopefully maybe I'll win some cash. Who knows? And I'll put it right into my show.
There you go.
So that's cool. That's going to be good. This is the event where they wear many hats and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
In Kentucky. All right,
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in the city. There's a lot of parties, so it's a festive time of the year. We also have Cinco de Mayo, which is
Cinco de Mayo, right?
Cinco de Mayo.
Interesting, it's on the same day.
Yeah,
that's
going to be some kind of party, boy.
Some kind of
some day it's going to be tomorrow. So all the tequilas and horses and everything else. My. All right, speaking of booze, the MTA, after the MTA banned booze booze ads, I should say, on subways and buses, Mayor de Blasio has finally done the same thing. He's following as well. Now he's boozing. He's banning booze ads on bus shelters, newsstands, phone booths, recycling bins, and the kiosk, the Link NYC. All right, so no more booze ads on these NYC public properties.
Didn't he announce he's running?
You want to use it, Joe? Joe. And we also have Joe Hendricks in the house. Yeah, he also announced. Did he officially announce that he's running for president?
I think he's going to.
Well, he went to Ohio and didn't come back with too much. He wasn't too popular there.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. But who am I to say? Let him go for it. You never know. So he's actually banning all booze on public New York City public properties, if that's okay. But actually, I think I'll take a booze advertiser on this show.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm not banning anyone. I'm not banning booze on this show.
Let's go Bacardi.
They tried it once before, right? And it was Roosevelt that brought it back.
They brought it back, yeah.
And maybe de Blasio might think twice. Say, if he brings it, maybe say, hey, if you get me in the race there, maybe I would. I won't ban these ads anymore.
Yeah.
Good way to get money.
Yeah. Of course, it's all about money at the end of the day.
Marijuana now, right? We have legal marijuana, right? But
medically legal.
Or medically
legal.
Yeah,
now you can go out and purchase
legal
marijuana. I mean, it's just it's amazing. Speaking of Mother's Day, again, shout out to all moms. I love my mom. Hey, mom, love you to death. There's a mom who actually. I don't know whether to blame this lady or not. In fact, I will blame her. So her son, a 17-year-old kid last week, murdered another teenager. He stabbed the kid to death. And the mom, according to the news, was there, was present, and took away the knife and hid it and took it somewhere. She actually took the evidence. All right.
She's trying to protect her son, as evil as they both are. She's trying to protect her son.
Well, now, is she really evil, or did she just go into mother's role, protective mode?
That's what she did, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's bad. It's bad thinking, And I always tell people, slow down, pause. Pause. You gotta think. Now she's in hot water. They both are. Now this kid, this kid,
I would think so. I would think,
old, is in hot water, and then mom is in hot water, and it's so crazy that on that same day, her dad passed away. So talk about family problems. This family has a lot going on.
You can't make that up.
You can't make that up. You can't make that up. But I don't know. And there's a lot of moms out here who they actually, kind of like entice their kids to do, I shouldn't say bad things, but I've witnessed a mom on the train a year ago. There was a young girl fighting over a seat, whatever, and then the mom actually said to her daughter to go over and slap some other lady.
I remember that.
That's assault.
I mean, you're a mom. Why would you, shouldn't you be the parent here and say, well, cool it and try to diffuse things? Yes. But no, instead, this mom is actually, telling her young daughter, to go over and slap another person, another subway rider, which I think is ridiculous. It's parenting these days. I don't understand.
Well, if we're talking about the law, though, look at our Attorney General, who he's not following the law.
He's not even showing up.
He's lying. He's the example he's setting to a whole country.
Yeah.
And sometimes that filters down to little things like, well, it's not little, stabbing someone, but the whole thing about law in this country, in my opinion, it began to go downhill with Richard Nixon, and when he shot the students at Kent State.
Yeah.
And I know this, the result of that. I had a poster business, and we sold anti-war posters, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that business ended literally a week after those kids were shot, because all those kids were told by their parents, hey, no more marches, no more. So freedom of speech and that kind of thing, to go shoot kids is, and people don't realize how serious that was.
Of course, yes, it's very serious.
So wait, that what you just said, you had a poster business espousing the idea of anti-war, and then
Right.
fear is what shut it down.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That's a scary idea.
That's yeah, but that's what what's happening now. I think in our government, fear is what is really that's what's running the country right now.
Country. Yeah, fear. Interesting. Well, speaking of that, speaking of our president, I have to say he's doing a great job at in the job market.
50-year low with unemployment.
50-year
Yeah,
low.
which is-
I got to give it to the man. I mean, hey, listen, I know he's
Well, but
he's
don't forget that it was Obama that got us out of the mess with George Bush. So he kind of inherited a pretty good thing coming from
well, he's
Barack
keeping
Obama.
it going. I'm not going to take anything away from the man. They both, all right? You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're
Great.
right.
So we can all agree that
I'm just happy that this
We-
country is in the job sector is moving forward.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
happy
always-
about
that's
that.
always a good
okay?
thing.
It's always a good thing. Okay. In my business, my staffing business, I'm busier than ever. So I'm really happy that that's. I'm not saying the country is moving in the right direction, which is, we'll get there. But in certain aspects, in certain areas, we are. And the job market, I like when people are working. Bottom line,
Me too.
I don't like when people say, "Oh, I'm not working, I'm unemployed, I can't find a job." I like the fact that businesses are booming again, and people are getting back to work to get some money into their pockets to feed their family and themselves.
Well, my anti-Trump art is going a little better than so there are benefits even if you're not on the side of the president.
All right, with that, you know what? I'm just going to close out my local topics. We're going to go right into it with Mr. Bob Sanadella, the art bastard. Welcome, Bob. Nice to have you.
Well, I want to tell you something.
Tell me.
The one thing I'm not going to say, and I just I don't mean this to be, but I'm not going to say. Thank you for having me. I've heard
Why
this.
not?
I just hear this. I hear all these people getting on Rachel Maddow. They get on all these shows, and all these people, major people. At the end, they say, "Thank you for having me." It's like it's some kind of a ritual now. So maybe you should. I would love it if none of your guests will ever say that. Say,
None of my guests
here,
would ever say.
I really like being here. Every
thank
time
you, Patrick.
I'm on your show, I have a good time. The topics are good and so on. But I'm just simply not going to say thank you for having me. So
Okay.
hope you understand that.
I do understand that. Well, thank you for the compliment, by the way.
Get off the show.
Oh boy, Bob, I love it when you're on my shows. Really, you're a fantastic human being and fantastic guest, and an amazing artist. All right, you're an amazing artist. But with that, you also have you're a rebel in the art world. I mean, some would consider you to be a rebel in the art world.
Well, I think my art is simply I paint what's around me, and I've done that and I don't play the game with the art world, which is people are really buy names, right? They'll buy a Picasso, but they don't really know necessarily what they just think that's what's it's become a commodity like so many other things in this country. So and branding myself, I never, I probably should have done that years ago. But what has branded me is the name of my film, Art Bastard.
Yeah, tell
so
us
I'm
about
now known as the Art Bastard. So no one knows my name. It doesn't. So it kind of happened without. But there's been so much. I think I told you that we just won the New York City International Film Festival.
Oh yes,
for
nice.
Art Bastard, which gives it another life, and now it's going to be playing in Berlin and Ireland, and I think in July it's going to be playing again out in the Hamptons. So
beautiful.
So this is all good stuff. But I became the Art Bastard, and now they were doing T-shirts and stuff like this that don't have my name on it. But hey, this is what they recognize. So
I love it, and your art is recognized all over the place. In fact, so let's talk about. Everyone's wondering about this lawsuit, this huge lawsuit you have against 6 major museums. Tell us about that. Chirp about it, Bob.
Well, I picked I think there's 5.
5?
I could have had 6, but I decided to keep it down to
You
the
decided
MoMA.
to-
Yeah, I took MoMA, the Met, the Whitney, the Guggenheim, and the New Museum. I thought that would, as a starter,
That's as a start.
And the number of articles that have been written about the lawsuit and the number of artists who have come out of the closet and said, "Gee, I can't believe that you did this, but it's so great because it's opening up the the dialogue about what really is going on in the art world." And by the way, I was able to say at a Q&A at the last time the film was shown, and I said, I'm known as the art bastard. I realize that. You've seen the film. I said, but there are other art bastards out there, like Mary Boone. Now, she's going to jail for 3.5 years. Now, Mary Boone is one of the big art dealers along, she was like number 1 for a while. But why would an art dealer be going to jail?
To jail.
What is that all about?
Right.
And I'm sure that what she's going for jail for is, she's doing things behind the backs of other artists and this kind of thing. But 3.5 years, that's longer than Michael Cohen is going to jail. So
What do
she
you
must
think
have
that
done
is?
something pretty serious.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
So why the lawsuit, Bob?
Well, the lawsuit really is about what is the criteria that museums use for choosing an artist. I mean, when an artist gets into a museum, it really helps his career. It's and so on. So, but arbitrarily now, we see the kind of work that you go to a museum, and half the time you say, you under your breath, you say, "Gee, I wonder what does that really mean?" Or what. So the point is, I've never said I don't believe in censorship, and I say it's not what they show that bothers me; it's what they don't show. And since I've been around 50 years now, and I did the mural at Le Cirque, and I've done a lot of things that most artists or most galleries would say, "Gee, this is the kind of artist we want to have." But I also make commentaries on the art world as well as the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's what you say. It's the message. They don't like the message, and that's a shame when it
It's a
comes
shame.
to art, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what art should be about.
Yeah.
And
They're trying to stop you from chirping about it.
Yeah,
That's what it is,
right.
huh?
Yeah,
They're silencing
well,
you.
they
They're
didn't
trying to.
stop me from chirping because because all the number of articles that have been written, and the lawsuit is not over yet. By the way, this is I have the right to go to find more information, more what they call discovery. Well, I discovered Mary Boone going to jail. I think that is that's pretty good discovery.
One quick question: what is the basis, the grounds when you go into court? Why are you suing these museums?
This was the question everyone said. They said, "Who is this guy? Who is he to be coming in like this and so on?" Well, I gave them a really fat book.
Okay.
That had things that I've done. I'm considered the most widely written about unknown artist in America. Okay?
Very cool. Very cool.
Okay, so I have done things that even having the film, you would think that having a film about you that gets a New York Critics Award and all these other awards they got, and no gallery has come to me and said, "Hey, Bob, we'd like I've done other things like my Santa Claus, my crucified Santa Claus.
Crucifying Santa Claus. Bob, you got it. I mean, what's up with that?
Yeah, mommy and
How do
daddy's
you
not going to like that.
crucify
Santa
Claus?
Well, again, when I went to St. Patrick's Cathedral, and I had the painting. I had the painting with me, and this was on Christmas Eve. Now everyone says, "Hey, this sounds like a kind of a stunt or this kind of thing." So many people came. They had shopping bags, and they were walking into the church, and they would say, You got a point there, and so it wasn't.
man.
So the media wanted to pick up the people that wanted to have me strung up, and
Right.
there were there was all that kind of stuff also. But actually, there was more positive reaction to this. I had bodyguards, by the way, when I went there because I figured.
I can imagine.
Every time I've shown this painting, it just causes turmoil and so on. But it did again. But as I say, the individuals that went by the church, and some of them with these big bags, filled with presents, and they're going into the, So what does, I didn't replace Christ with Santa Claus. Commercialism did. See,
I love that.
That was the
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, let's just talk about your teacher. You're also a teacher at the Art Students League
Right.
here on 57th Street in Midtown. Tell us about that. You're there? How many days are you there during the week?
Well, all the teachers. It's the atelier system, which means that the teachers are working artists, and they do not. We run our class the way we want it. We're not told from downstairs to say do this or that. So it's a very unique situation, and it's the only school left that works this way. And it's the only reason why I'm there, by the way, because that freedom is so unique that you can't replace it with anything.
Okay.
I mean, there's no. It's an amazing school.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You can also walk in and visit and take a look at some of the artwork.
Sure, you can come in. Anyone who is interested in drawing, painting, sculpting, or printmaking at any level can walk in and every day, and you can get a pass, come up to my class, check it out, and even if you were taking my class and a week later you said, hey, it's not for me, I would say, maybe try this teacher, or and that again is another unique aspect of the Art Students League.
I love it. All right, with that, I think it's about that time to do what we do best, which is liven up the show even more. What do you say, Ian Bamberger? All right, folks, these comments you're about to hear are real comments from real New Yorkers, such as Bob Sedadella.
Here we go.
All right, James, give us some of that tune. Also, folks, if you'd like to call in with your chirps before we get off the air, please call 866-970-6922. With that, Mr. Ian Bamberger, chirp about it, baby. Let's go.
All right, let's kick it off. This is Yakim from Eastern Parkway, and he has to say something that we've all seen while commuting through this great city. While a man is on the train doing some begging, the announcer announces, "Ladies and gentlemen, giving money in the subway is illegal. If you do, you're breaking the law." Hashtag, what a party pooper.
Oh, what a party pooper. That is a party pooper. So while the man is there begging for money, oh, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, don't give this man money. Do not give this man money because it is illegal. So, in fact, if you do, you are breaking the law.
It's not enforced.
Ooh,
The law's not enforced.
that's a tough one. Who's the chirper, by the way?
Yakim from Eastern
All
Parkway.
right, well, thanks for that chirp, Yakim. Also, folks, if you'd like to hear your comments live on the show, please go onto my website, chirpaboutit.com. Share those New York moments, thoughts, and observations. We'd love to hear from you. With that, we have the Art Bastard. What are you chirping about this afternoon, Bob?
Let's see. Maybe you could read this.
All right, let's do it. All right, we have a chirp from Grant, who's from the Bronx, and Grant says, "Why does the subway run like it's rolling through a sea of hummus?" hummus. Come on, run. All right, that's a great chirp. I guess,
I love hummus.
That's a good chirp. I actually like it. So slow. Like, come on, run already. Just go.
Yeah.
All right, good observation, Grant. We love it. All right, Ian Bamberger, what do we have?
Let's do it. This is Maddie from Sunset Park, and Maddie has to say this. "And I just saw a dead rat lying in my doorway. Oh my God. Sucker almost killed me. You're so lucky you're already dead."
So what, are you going to try to kill the rat again? It's already dead. I can imagine that. Can you imagine, like, ah!
What does it do? Yeah.
Like you
Died
open up
outside
your door, like, ah, what? You want to just kill that sucker. All right, but thank God you're already dead. Well,
That's
not
Maddie.
thank God. You're lucky you're already dead, little rat.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Art Bastard, what do you have?
Well, I have another one here that I can't read.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to do some chirping here. All right, listen, this
Chirp
one's, it's officially spring. Also, this is by Willis from the Lower East Side. It's officially spring. I witnessed my first subway fight of the season at 34th Street. tempers flying when the heat is on. Ooh, that is so true. People get so hot-headed when it's nice outside, you know?
Well, it's
especially in certain areas in New York City. I don't want to mention, you hear gunshots flying, people are just, a lot of sirens going on. Calm down, folks, calm down. Take a breather. Take a breather. I know the heat is on, but calm down. Calmate. With that, Ian Bamberger, what do we have?
Oh, yeah, we're keeping it moving here. This is Cameron from Sunnyside. And Cameron has to say this. Another MTA chirp, by the way. Pretty sure the entire MTA system is being held together by paper clips, rubber bands, and glue. Soon the whole thing will collapse. Beware.
Just don't collapse on the strap hangers, all right? You can't collapse, but just wait until everyone's out of the subway or off the train. Love that chirp. All right, I have a chirp from Joe, who's from Tribeca, and he chirped. Just saw someone wearing earmuffs in the subway, and it's 62 degrees in the city. He probably wears flip-flops in 45-degree weather.
Maybe.
Only in NYC. Let me tell you, these flip-flop things, I don't know about flip-flops. I'm not really a big fan of flip-flops in New York City. Just, you're not on the beach, all right? Save it for the beach, save it for Hamptons. Anyhow, what do you have, Bob? You want to do one chirp?
Here's one with the L train.
All right, we're going to do one chirp. Ian, why don't you do one chirp, and then we'll take it out.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
All right.
This chirp right here is from Carol, Hamilton Heights. Carol has to say this. To the L train people upset at having to wait 20 minutes in a weekend, many New York City bus customers have to wait 20 to 30 minutes. Let's be fair here. Maybe you have a point, Carol.
You do have a point.
But it's not the train system, and we're not used to that. So
I love it. All right, folks, that was our round of chirps. That was our episode. So I'd like to thank Bob Sanadella again for coming on. Folks, we'll be back same time, same place next Saturday. Also, again, don't forget to check out Bear Hair Removal. All right, Bear Hair Removal. Check them out. Check out them out through their website, bearbody.com. Bearbody.com. Also, Will NYC Flowers. Check them out. That was our episode. Ian Bamber, why don't you close this out? Thank you. Oh, wow. That was so quick. Oh, my gosh. That was good.
Went fast, but it was good.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, I know.
And I don't read well. I've just dyslexia, so I look at this. I'm
Bob, I'm so happy
aside
you came
from
on.
the. But hey, this was good as always. It's like.
Question to askmikeconnors@gmail.com or call Mike's office at 718-238-6500.
If someone could take a
Don't
picture
forget
of
to
me
tune in to
for
Ask
my
the Lawyer
Instagram
with Mike Connors
Yeah,
Saturday
absolutely.
mornings at 8 a.m. on AM 570 The Mission.